Happy New Year. Today is January 1st, 2025. Yes, you heard me right. We are in a new year. And if you would, grab your Bibles as we get started into this new year, turning to 1 Samuel chapter 4, verses 21 and 22. And while you're turning there, let me encourage you, if you would, to like and share this video and perhaps subscribe to the channel if you've not done that yet. We would certainly appreciate that. But as we start this new year, let's dig in here to 1 Samuel chapter 4, verses 21 and 22. And here's what it says. As she named the child Ichabod, saying, "The glory has departed from Israel, because the ark of God had been captured, and because of the death of her father-in-law and her husband." And she said, "The glory has departed from Israel, for the ark of God has been captured." All right, here's what we got here. In her final moments, Phinehas's wife names her newborn son Ichabod, which means the glory has departed. Now, this name speaks not only to her personal grief, but to the overwhelming sense of hopelessness that had gripped Israel. I mean, the capture of the ark and the deaths of Eli and his sons and the ongoing spiritual decline of the nation led her to believe that God's presence had completely left Israel. Now, the ark, which had been a symbol of God's covenant with his people, was gone, and with it, the sense of God's favor. I mean, Phinehas's wife's words, "the glory has departed," it captures the collective despair of Israel. In her mind, the future was grim, and the loss of God's glory meant that Israel's hope had absolutely vanished. Now, you see, this moment is absolutely crucial in the narrative of 1 Samuel. You see, the loss of the ark and the declaration of the departure of God's glory highlight a pivotal turning point for Israel. For many, you see, the ark was seen as a physical manifestation of God's power and presence. You see, its absence symbolized the failure of Israel's leaders, the priests, and the people to honor God properly. You see, this really is a wake-up call to Israel that their covenant relationship with God could not be taken for granted. Now, the spiritual decay of the nation had reached a point when God's judgment was evident, and the hope they had once placed in outward symbols like the Ark of the Covenant is now stripped away. So Phinehas's wife's naming of her son Ichabod serves as a powerful reminder of the danger of placing our trust in external religious symbols or even practices without having a heart of true devotion to God. You see, the glory of God is not dependent on rituals. It's not dependent on symbols or outward forms of religion. It is found in a sincere relationship with Him. And while the ark was a significant symbol of God's presence, the true glory of God is found in living in obedience to Him and honoring His covenant. So today, we are called to seek God's glory, not in external things, but in our hearts and lives, reflecting His character through our actions. So let me ask you today, is there something in your life that has become a substitute for God's true presence and glory? I mean, just as the Israelites relied on the ark as a symbol of God's favor, we can sometimes place our hope in external practices or material things. So reflect today on whether your relationship with God is built on genuine devotion or if you have relied on outward forms of faith. Ask God to restore a deep and personal relationship with Him, seeking His presence in your life above all else. And when you feel overwhelmed or discouraged, remember that God's glory is not found in outward symbols, but in a heart fully surrendered to Him. Well, I hope you have a great day and a great start to your new year. We'll look forward to seeing you right back here on January 2nd. Take it easy. Bye-bye.